Okay, really quickly, I'm just gonna rank the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Like I said, I like the franchise. I mean, I don't know where they're going forward. That's kind of how I'm gonna start this off. Number 6, on Stranger Tide. This is definitely the black sheep, as where instead of having good supporting characters, they kind of let Johnny Depp be the definitive hero in a sense where he's the only, returning character who truly is the main player. So no Orlando Bloom and no Keira Knightley to support him. Because I think Johnny Depp is someone who can have banter off to. Instead, they introduce new characters who are supposed to understand that, or that we're supposed to assume that Jack knows them. As far as the plot, it takes place on like an island for the whole the whole movie, other than like the first 30 minutes, takes place on this island, and it doesn't really intrigue me because, in a way, for the whole movie, he works with the villain until the end, when when he gets cast off, and you got the Spaniards and like the trade place, the one that Barbossa's with. And so at the end, they all collage for almost a free-for-all. We got the pirates, you got the Blackbeard's crew, you got the Spaniards, and you got Barbossa's crew. And it kind of is weird because we're supposed to infer a lot of things that you can't 100% infer, and I don't really want to infer. Then number 4 would be Dead Men Tell No Tales. I thought it might be really good, but coming out of it, it was another pretty black sheep. Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley were in it for like a tad bit, but it didn't feel like pirate-esque. It just felt like 3 people going on an adventure, escaping someone who wants revenge. There was no quest, nothing to conquer, just escaping someone who wanted to get them. Meanwhile, looking for a trident, and everything felt maybe kind of convenient, kind of only serving the plot to a large extent. And at many points, it was like quick. It was like a snap movie. It was like snap and it's done. And Jack just felt dumber than ever. I feel like it was part of his character that he was supposed to be kind of dumb. But in this movie, it didn't play off. Like I said, he plays well when he plays with good people who have kind of really different interactions. As opposed here, no way you look at it, in no way you find something you actually enjoy out of it. So that's kind of where the movie definitely falls flat. As far as the final act, it was definitely action lackey, and it didn't really feel like a true pirate. You didn't get that pirate vibe that you did in all the movies. Coming in, number 3 is gonna be the original Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. No, I love this movie. I pretty much love all 3. Like I said, it had everything you kind of want in a Pirates movie. Good characters, good mix, good chemistry, good plot, good characters, good action. That's kind of ideal. You meet those ideals. You meet what you need to make a good Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And there's not much to say. I mean, sometimes it could get a little slow, but I felt like for the majority of the movie, it kept up its pace and was really, really good. But the reason why it's maybe not any higher is because I think they kind of did that, but kind of raised the stakes with these characters. And coming in number 2 is Dead Man's Chest. I love it. It takes the same kind of piratisms and jacks it up to 11. It takes, these interesting characters in as of Davy Jones, it makes them as interested as possibly they could. It takes some time, maybe you don't 100% find their interest, but they do make them interesting. I do think they find a way to make him exciting. Do find a way to make this whole intriguing of a dead man's chest exciting. And then you got the addition of the Kraken, which is an interesting idea of like a giant squid summoned by Davy Jones. So all the ideas there work, but I think one of the reasons why maybe it doesn't work as hard is because you need, number one, just really get the full picture. But I love the whole idea. Number one is at World's End. I know that people don't really like this, think it's like boring and not good, and I don't necessarily agree. Like I said, there is a little boring, but it makes up for it with its fantastic action. I use the word fantastic because, here, can you put the air down?
What?
Can you put the air down?
I don't know how. Are you doing a YouTube channel right now?
Yeah.
His dad wants him to put the air down, so he's going to have to leave now. Zach, you have to come.
Can you put the air down?
I don't know how.
It's over there.
I don't know how.
I'll do it in a minute. But then from start to finish, the action starts and doesn't finish. We get introduced to the kind of same characters, same kind of wit that works. And then I really enjoy it. Throughout the whole movie. And then you get that final act that really genuinely works in such a way. That whole idea of this whirlpool, it's raining, it's pouring, and then you got characters flying between ship to ship, humans, pirates, so great sword fight, and all this humor is there too with the wedding. It really is like so much watchable things as you get a great sword fight, and because it's like a great scenery and a lot of things happening, it creates for a lot of things to happen. So I really enjoy it. And overall, it's a great blast. I find the whole idea of it is so amazing. So simple, but they make it a way to make it complicated, make it a way to add depth to every character, and it works. So it's one of my favorite movies. It might be on the top 10. So